Hi, and welcome to today's session. I am Gilles Brito. I'm a psychotherapist, hypnotist, and coach that lives and works in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. So today's presentation will be around the importance of meeting your partner's needs using human needs psychology as a platform. Now, human needs psychology has been popularized, of course, by Tony Robbins. I saw Tony live in June in Dallas of this year. And in addition to that, I've been taking strategic intervention coaching, which is one of the branches of his many companies, as a strategic intervention coach. So today I wanted to focus on relationships and human needs, more specifically, the 4 needs of the personality. Now there's 6 needs in total. I'm going to cover 4. The other 2 that are not listed here are growth. So in other words, pushing out of your comfort zone, and contribution beyond self. Those 2 last needs are really how you get to fulfillment and long-term happiness. But the 4 needs that we're going to cover today is more around the needs of the personality and how that could blend into your relationships. So we're going to cover a little bit about what each of the needs means. There'll be a description on a page, and then I'll add a little bit as to my own definition and how I think of certainty. So certainty here, it says, where you're striving to experience comfort and gain certainty in your life in order to minimize stress, the stress of uncertainty. So obviously, when you think about all of these needs, by the way, is we all have them to a certain degree, but we have a tendency to lean more towards 1 or 2. So with regards to certainty, it's your ability to feel safe, comfortable. It's really your comfort zone. I always look at this at people that are feeling a little bit more anxious, who usually have a need for certainty, is they like things planned. They like to know where things are. And by knowing these things, it causes them a lot less pain and turmoil. So the need for certainty is the need to have structure, organization, and to know where things lie. It's not to be caught off guard. The second need is for uncertainty. Now, it kind of premises on the first one, based on the fact that if you always knew what you're going to do every day, you knew what meal was going to be every day, you watch the same TV program every day, I think what you can attain from that is life would become pretty boring. So we always have to have kind of a balance. So if we have a need for certainty, it's also important to have uncertainty or variety. Now, for a lot of people, and how Tony looks at this need, is he talks about the fact that who here likes surprises when he's giving this TED talk about human needs. And a lot of people raise their hands, but of course he talks about the fact that most people like the surprises that you want or that are positive. People don't like unwanted surprises like a disability or a health concern or anything like that. So uncertainty is you're striving to have a little bit more spice and variety. Now, for some people, they can look at that very positively, as they like to read different books, they like to meet different people. For some people that are a little bit more extreme, they like jumping out of planes. They just have a high need for spice and variety. The next need is for significance. So here the definition is, here you're trying to gain a sense of significance or importance in the eyes of others. Your objective is to create a sense of identity. I always look at this as how you feel valued, respected, cared for. It's really how you feel you stand out. He gives the example here that, some people will look to get as many piercings as they can to really stand out. But it's really how you feel like you gain other people's respect. So that's really how significance is important. And the last one is love connection. So I just put connection here because for a lot of people, love is a little too scary. So here you're striving to make deep connections with people. You have a need to love and be loved by others. Also, you have a need to belong. So again, it's not to say that we all don't have that need. Of course, we all do. But the ones that have this as their highest need really look for that connection to others. So again, for some people, love is not safe based on their life experience, what they've learned along the way, but they strive for connecting with people. Now, that could be to a group, it could be to a cause, it could be to anything. So a lot of times people say to me that are single, well, it's obviously not the last one that's one of my important needs. But that's not always true, because I've met people that are really connected to their group of friends or to a cause like a green movement or something like that. They really feel connected to that cause or to that group. Just they have the absence of love in that case. So those are the 4 needs. So now, once you have this data, so the questions to ask yourself is, which of these 2 needs do I really connect to? Is it better for me to have everything kind of planned out that I feel sure about? Or is it more for me that I'd rather have some variety and having things not always be the same? Are you one that really needs to feel important, valued, respected? Or is it more important to connect with people? Now, I had a client just a few weeks ago that talked about, it's really kind of caught between feeling respected or feeling connected. And what I said to her is it more important to be right, or is it more important to be connected? And she quickly smiled and said, it's more important to be right for her. So I said, so significance is much more important for you than feeling connected. So she was able to make that distinction. So I'm hoping that that's helpful. So once you have that, your assignment is the following. So find out what you and your partner's top 2 needs are. So first, you evaluate within yourself. And again, is it my need for certainty? Is it my need for variety? Is it my need for significance or love connection? Which ones resonate the most with me? And then it's to find out what your partner's top 2 needs are. Same thing. Is it connection? Is it significance? Is it variety or uncertainty? Then I want you to list 2 behaviors for each need. So let's say their highest need is for love connection. What's 2 behaviors that you think you do well that make her feel or make him feel connected to you? So I'd like you to just kind of write those down on a piece of paper. So whatever that you do or that your partner does that can meet those 2 needs in the highest possible way. Now, again, it could be something that you used to do in the past or something that you would like to have done in the future. So list 2 behaviors that your partner did, does, or could do that would meet 2 of your needs in the highest possible way. So 2 behaviors for those 2 needs. Okay? Next, list 2 behaviors that you could do to meet your partner's needs in the highest possible way. So the first 2 are, what can your partner do? So again, if you're, like for me, it's significance and certainty. So 2 behaviors that my partner could do or did do that would make me feel valued, respected, cared for. For my partner, it was pretty easy on the significance part. She greeted me at the door, and she started to do that much more. And it seems like such a silly thing, but I felt appreciated, valued. So when I came home, I was always the first one greeted. So just kind of quick examples. It doesn't need to be big, huge things. Sometimes it's the little things that really matter. So again, what are your top 2 needs? What are their top 2 needs? And what are the 2 behaviors that you could do for each of their needs? And then what are the 2 behaviors that you would want to match your top 2 needs? And then exchange. Exchange a list with your partner. Most of the time, what you think you do to meet your partner's top 2 needs are usually way off, because we see things through our own lenses. So for me, I see things through the lens of significance and certainty, and those are not my partner's top 2 needs. Her need is for connection. Certainty is one of hers, but connection is really, really important. So if I see things from a significance kind of way, I'm going to miss the boat. So when you exchange that, it'll allow you to really move to awareness. And when you move to awareness, that's when change can really happen. So the last thing is, do these behaviors to the best of your ability and meet their needs in a really high way. By doing that, you'll have the best possible outcomes. Do this and practice this for 3 months. And it could significantly take your relationship to a brand new place. Why is it a 3-month window? Because in that window, you can truly implement changes that will last for a lifetime. So it's where it goes beneath the surface from just logically doing things for change to becoming more of an automatic pattern. So that's it. That's my video for today. Thanks again for joining. Obviously, as usual, I would welcome and love your comments, suggestions, any videos that you would like in the future. And with that, as we usually do on our days, have a great day and live your life with passion.